going to go. Well, there's a problem. Hey, good. Hey, it worked. Sitting there for how long trying to get this thing to turn on, and it finally turned on. Jiminy Christmas. Anyways, folks, a lot of people sit here and look around at the economy, and they seem to think, oh, it's gonna come crashing down. It will, okay, but I don't believe they're ready for it quite yet. They still have a few things they gotta put in order here. And they haven't made you suffer enough yet. See, that's the big part right there. To usher anything in, they have to have you suffer. Throughout history, they've done things to get the backing of the people. It doesn't matter if it's the United States or Russia, China, whatever, but they always had to get the backing of the people. I mean, look what Hitler did to get the backing of the people. It's just like us. I mean, they ran around picking fights with the Indians to get the backing of the people to kill the Indians so they could acquire their land. And stuff goes back even further than that yet, but it's like 9/11. They need an excuse to go after Saddam Hussein or whatever his name, Bin Laden. That's it, Bin Laden. They needed to go after Bin Laden, and they needed a reason to introduce the Patriot Act to get more of your rights, which they don't have the legal means to do so, okay? They're a rogue nation. It's just like World War II. They were talking, a lot of people talk about how they knew the Japanese were going to attack. Well, of course, they made the Japanese attack. Why? We cut the oil off to them. Pissed them off. They attacked us. They knew it was going to happen. Drug us into the war. They wanted and needed a reason to get into the war. Oh, and there's Vietnam. I mean, there's just all kinds of things the government does to lead you around by the snout to get you involved in things that you shouldn't be involved in. You see, and that's what I'm going with this economy thing. The economy has to, literally crash. Literally put millions and millions of tens of millions of people out of work. And it really has to get bad, and I mean bad for you. So you will beg. They'll feed you a shit sandwich and you'll ask for another. You'll kiss their boots after they walk through the fucking barnyard, and you'll lick their boots clean just for another shit sandwich. That's what they have to do. The pain has to be there. And you'll sell your soul. Say. Just remember that. They don't quite have everything in place yet. Oh, there's some trial runs here and there. They have to do a couple things here and there in these little countries or something, and then they finally did something in Japan a little bit bigger, trying to see how it would affect the rest of the world. And they're finding out people aren't quite there yet. Okay? They're not quite there yet. They still got some fight left in them, see? That's all I'm getting at. You got some fight left in you. You're not willing to just lay down and roll over. See, the biggest thing cowards don't want to fight with you. They want you to run away so they can chase you. See, they're good at chasing you. But when you stop, hold your ground, and won't be chased, and you do the chase, that scares them. Now they don't want to play that game anymore. They don't want to play it. See? That's what I was saying the other day. You need to come up with community. Community is the most important thing. And your community should be based in a godly order. That means God's up here. God's in charge. His moral laws. You pray on the decisions. You pray for his advice. You pray for everything from him. And and then things fall into place. Whether he decides there'll be some kind of monetary system or not. But that's his decision. See, God, people always forget Jesus, he was a carpenter. He used his hands. He knew what it was like to get splinters and cut himself and get blisters and things. He knew about that. See, he was a working man. He knew it. See? He knows your turmoils. He lived it. He lived the persecution that a lot of Christians are going to go through. He's went. It's corny, kind of, yes, but Star Trek. He's went where no man's went before. Because he's not a man, you know what I'm saying? But you get my drift. He's been there before you. Okay? Before any of us. He's been there. He's done that. And he conquered. He blazed the path for you. And he conquered it. Okay. So, don't make God a God of convenience. Okay? Make God the breath, the nutrition, the nutrients of your life. Do you understand what I'm saying? You put God first. God is everything. He's not the government. He's not all the material bullshit you got. He's not a bank account. He's not a portfolio. Say, he is your Lord and Savior. That's who he is. Respect him as such and put him on that pedestal he deserves. He has earned. He created it. He's told you. So, what I'm getting at, people, is going to be a lot of us, me included, everyone, doesn't matter who you are or who you think you are, you're going to hear words like, depart from me, I don't know you. You going to be one of those? But I did this and I did this and I did all these things. But I don't know you. That's why you can't be God of convenience. He has to be the God of your existence. Your existence. Each individual person's existence. You actually have to have a relationship with God. Just don't talk to him when it's convenient. When you're having a problem. Talk to him through the good, the bad, and the indifferent. He already knows you, okay? He knows more about you than you know about yourself. He told Peter, "Oh, I'll never forsake you, Lord." He'll do it 3 times before the chicken crow or whatever, cuckoo cacas or whatever. God knew it. And that was one of his disciples. That was somebody that walked with him, saw his miracles. The whole 9 yards was right there by his side and still couldn't do it. Ask yourself that question. You haven't seen it with your eyes. You weren't there. You've heard the stories. You've read it in the Bible. And you say you believe. And then someday you may hear those words, "I didn't know you." You see, this society brainwashes us. Okay? Everything you watch, everything you see, everything you hear is nothing but psychological ops. See, this government, the one we're living in currently right now, not just this government, worldwide, okay? They're going to fall on their own sword. Okay? They're setting it up to where they will fall on their own sword. See, they think they're ahead of the game. They're behind. They're already buried. They've already lost their soul. They lost their way. They're going to burn in hell for eternity. Their name is not written in the book of life. They think because they have all this money and they have this power and they have all these things and possessions and portfolios and all this and that, that they think they're something. They're something special. They're not special. Unless they repent. And there's more to repenting than just, "Oh, man, I'm sorry, Lord. Now, I'm going to go out and do that again." Is that repenting? God will keep forgiving you. But there's a point to where you don't play him for a fool and a sucker, because he's not. He knows when he's being played. He knows everything. See, the devil does things in your life, and he keeps pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding on you. So you won't forgive. You won't forget. And you build up anger and bitterness and revenge and a whole bunch of stuff inside inside you. You got this battle going on because you won't let God in and God take care of it. Say, you just won't let God take care of it. You know, a lot of you think that the grass is green on the other side. The party's over there. The party's over here. The parties, there's always this party. It's always better. It's always more fun. All that matters is right here. Right here. That's what matters. Your heart. Giving your heart and soul and your mind to God. That's all that matters. That's where the peace is. That's where the salvation is. It's with God. Not on the other side of the fence, not in that greener pasture. It's with God. Your personal relationship with God. And He's not a God of convenience. He is the way of life. He is life. Like I said, these son of bitches are going to fall on their own sword. And they're going to try to take you down with it. But when God's got you, you belong to Him. They can't have you. Do you understand that? That is the most important thing. When you belong to God, they can't make a weapon to come against you. They can't come against you. They can't succeed against you. Why? God will not allow it. You belong to Him, not them, not Satan, not the government, none of these pieces of filth. You belong to Him, and He will take care of you. He's made you that promise. Open your heart. Open your spirit. God does not lie. These people lie. That's why they're going to fall on their own sword. Everything they built, everything they say, everything they do is built on lies. Okay? This economy is built on lies. It's unlawful. Everything they do is unlawful. There's nothing they do that is pure, honest, and good. They will pay for it. They're going to keep stumbling and falling, and they're going to fall on their sword, and God's going to just let all hell reap them. It's God that pours out the bowls. It's God that's the horseman. It's God. God bringing judgment upon them. And when you belong to God, though it does not affect you, God will protect you. Come out of her, my people. Why? You can't serve two masters. You can't. Like I've said before, a long time, just go back and watch some of my old videos. I talk about all kinds of things. Most people don't watch my videos all the way through. They watch a few minutes. Most people haven't got this far. See, God, Jesus, holds up this coin. Whose face is that? Caesar's. Give unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. Not a problem. That was Caesar's system. Caesar was king. He was the umpteen, he was the supreme ruler of the time. It's his face. His system. Not God's. Even though God oversaw it all, God is God. I mean, there's nothing Caesar can do. I mean, But what I'm getting at is this. We, the people, under God, to form this more perfect union. You are Caesar, not this government. Not the government. You're Caesar. And you draw your power from God. Government came in and took and took and took because they lied and lied and lied and they're lawless. And you allowed it to happen because you didn't go God. You didn't ask God. People in the country lost sight of God. God went on the back burner, became a God of convenience because of your portfolio, because of your four-wheeler, because of your beer and your stupid-ass sports and everything else. Do you understand? You lost your way. Just take it back. And you take it back by God. That's right. You ask God for forgiveness. You ask God for his guidance and his wisdom. You ask him for his knowledge and his protection. Every day, all throughout the day. It's like you never cease praying or talking to God. How many of you have children or grandchildren, nieces, nephews, that if they came to you and asked you for advice and asked you for help and so on and so forth, how many would you just get the hell out of here? No, you tried to help. You'd help to the best of your ability. Now, God has all the ability in the world, the universe. He's had the say of the universe. Say, the wisdom of all time, of the universe. Say, he's the creator. Think about that. You love your children, you love your grandkids, nieces, nephews, so on and so forth. But you got to remember, it's God. Okay? You never cease praying. I mean, just talking to God. Just like I'm doing this right now. You can do that anywhere. You can be sitting at work. Boss is yapping and you're sitting there going, God. You're talking to God. It's kind of the boss goes in one ear, out the other, and you're talking to God. Like I said, no one can force you to do anything because you have free will. God won't force you. He gave you free will. This damn thing's about out. So that means I'm about out, folks. So y'all take care. God's everything. Without God, there'd be none of this. It wouldn't be you. It wouldn't be anything. Do you understand? Pray to Him. Pray for His strength and His knowledge. Pray for His protection. There's no weapon they can fathom that can come against you. Y'all take care.